Hey Virgo, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. It helps other people find the channel and makes me very happy. And I already started this reading, but we had a little snafu, so I stopped and restarted. So I already pulled the oracle cards for Moonology and Work Your Light, and then we're going to move to a more traditional tarot spread with my very brand new deck, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I usually use the Oracle Mystical Moments, but Welz-Stein came out with a tarot deck very recently, and I'm crazy about it. Okay, so here's what you got. Transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. This can be about... yeah, you're mid-change here. You could be healing old patterns. You're not who you were a year ago. You are sort of mid-transformation, and this card really captures that you are in the middle of changing on a pretty fundamental, not basic, but a pretty fundamental level. Parts of who you are changing, how you relate to yourself, how you relate to other people. And there's a deep healing going on, and you are being deeply loved through that healing. And that healing is almost a way to open up some sort of doorways, or open up to being able to receive a better kind of love, or being able to receive love. And I like that because it dovetails here with you are good enough, full moon in Virgo, Virgo for Virgo here. You are good enough. And I think that that's a little bit of this transformation that you're going through, that you, as you are, the person that you are is good enough. And maybe part of this transformation was sort of conditions that you were putting on yourself to receive love, that are you worthy of love? You have to be this way, you have to be that way in order to feel worthy. But your sense of your own worthiness, I think, is transforming and changing. As you transform and change, you may be starting to understand that in any form that you arrive here as, you are lovable. Many of us have experienced big changes in who we are throughout our lifetimes, and we are enough, and we're good enough, and no matter what skill set we have or don't have, no matter if we're one way or another way, we're still enough, right? Because everyone has an equal value, equal inherent worth here. Not equal value according to capitalism in our society, but equal inherent worth, born with that. So in whatever way that manifests in you or in somebody else, and even as you change, you still have that same inherent worth and value no matter which ways that you change. So you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And then we have energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So there's a long ways to go. Those birds are headed off on a long journey. There might be some communication here about where this is all headed. This waxing moon, something's already underway. And it's just going to be... and it's just continuing on towards... I like it because the energy is gaining momentum, and I love this mid-transformation here. Like, you're definitely headed towards something. You've already begun some sort of change, some sort of transformation, and it's just going to be continuing on and gaining momentum as you go. You also have supermoon, emotions are running high. So this card to me is about... I'm having trouble focusing here. This card to me is about your emotions, and how you feel is very obvious, very clear. There's not a lot of hidden motivations or hidden emotions here. It's all very, very clear to you how you feel and what you think, and whatever I'm talking about here seems pretty clear to you. You understand it, I think, very clearly. Emotions are running high could also be, emotions are running high. There's some pretty intense emotions involved in this transformation, in this change, and you feeling good enough, and in this thing that's gaining momentum here. All right, for Virgo, we have past, present, inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Well, yeah, you're looking for a win here, an emotional win. Oh, fascinating. These cards are just almost distractingly beautiful. And some of them I don't 100% understand. yet, right? As I'm learning and working with them. So in your recent past, we have the Emperor. We have something about being in charge, being in control, being able to make the decisions, call the shots. In your recent past, you've been in this Emperor energy where you had a lot of power, you had a lot of say, you were able to you had sort of a divine right to call the shots, to say what you wanted, to have this power, have this control. There were people at your beck and call. You were able to have quite a bit of say and quite a bit of power and control. In your current situation, you have the moon. Jeez, look at this card, people. Look at that card. What on earth? So beautiful. So the moon is all about things being revealed, subconscious revelations, understanding things coming to light, intuition. It's about what can be tamed, what cannot be tamed within. It's about all the stuff that lies within us, our subconscious issues. They're all sort of coming to light. A lot of these issues down here, a lot of this stuff we'd like to keep hidden. This always reminds me of our shadow selves, our little Jungian shadow selves, and these alternate sort of, these things we keep hidden because they seem so unacceptable and so unlovable, and so we keep them hidden. But they're coming to light. You're in a situation right now where you've got some things coming to light. So this power and control and subconscious issues coming to light is sort of the main gist of this thing. And I love this because emotions are running high. This is also, with this moon card here, obviously this is Moonology, so there's a moon on every one of those cards, right? But this just seems like seeing something, maybe it was always very obvious. Maybe it's always, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been obvious. But now that you can see it, it is obvious. It's very clear. And there's some sort of intuition or revelation. This card, the whole moon card, is about this sort of murky subconscious things. And so there's always like a bit of me that's like, what is this card? Like the Emperor just seems so straightforward. And this moon card always has like some sort of... there's a communication here. The moon card, I didn't finish that thought, did I? And we're not going to. We're just going to keep moving forward here. There's just some communication here about secret motivations or subconscious issues. And I feel like this is where this transformation is coming into, and it's this... these subconscious issues coming to light and being dealt with and being understood with a lot more clarity. Your hopes, fears, what you're thinking about, your hope, 9 of Cups, this very satisfying emotional result. This is the the winner. Winning emotionally. They've got their trophies for all of their wonderful emotional growth. I mean, you are in the middle of this transformation, right? So you're hoping that you're going to get there. You're going to be very satisfied with all the work that you're doing, especially on these more hidden aspects of yourself. And all of this work, and there's just, right, she's displaying her trophies of emotional health and well-being, and winning and being very satisfied and being able to display how satisfied you feel and wanting people to see maybe how emotionally healthy you are or how satisfied you are. There's some sort of dream you have of being very fulfilled and being able to display that and show the world how fulfilled and how much work you have done on this transformation. What's at issue here is this 3 of Wands, a lack of faith. Like in the upright, we have a visionary, someone able to see the far horizon, see their ships coming in. And this is a lack of faith that these ships are going to come in, that you can see, that you have seen, that you do have this vision, right? We have this energy gaining momentum, and it's like this is like not quite believing it, not quite seeing it, not quite having faith that, or maybe those ships really aren't coming in yet. But with this energy gaining momentum, it just seems like this reverse 3 of Wands is going to be a lack of faith, not being able to quite see how these ships are coming in, and not losing the vision for a moment. And here we have this Page of Wands. This is someone in your environment. This is in the environment. This is the page is going to be about learning, discovery, understanding. Someone here is really understands intuition, or really is very curious about it. There's a strong sense of curiosity about intuition, about, I mean, and with the moon card here, there's a sense that someone really wants to explore this, explore all these hidden things here. So there's this someone probably in your environment that you know that's really a very curious person, very curious about intuition, possibly even, you know, our wands are intuition, creativity, sexuality. So there's someone that has a lot of curiosity about one of those three fields, maybe all three, and maybe even wants to communicate them, is fascinated by what they see here, and has a lot of curiosity and enjoys learning and understanding about these things. So there's someone you're dealing with in this environment. In your recent, I mean, your to-do list is 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is the end of a painful situation. Oh, I'm losing my light here. So 10 of Swords is the end of a painful situation and end of difficulty. It's like, see, and swords are very much about ideas and words. So there could be someone who's been very harsh with their words, and that's coming to an end. There's a lack of, there's no more to be endured, no more pain here. Everything, you've been poked with these hat pins, or these, what are they, needles? Definitely losing my light here. These needles, you're being poked. Your mind, this is a lot of anxiety and a lot of pain, and it's coming to an end. The 10 is the end. It's the end of this cycle, the end of this situation. And this painful, excruciatingly painful situation is coming to an end. There's no more anxiety, no more fear here. This could all have been like you feeling all of this, like not worthy, all of these ideas and all of these thoughts about, painful thoughts about feeling unworthy, maybe unworthy of these ships coming in, that you've lost a little bit of faith that they're coming in. So there could have been a sense of not feeling good enough, and this painful situation is starting to come to an end. It's the final bit of a painful, difficult situation that's been very hard to endure, very difficult to endure, and maybe you have felt a little isolated and alone here. But we see the sun rising, we see the dawn coming, and so this painful sort of night through which all you've had to guide you is the moon here, in this intuition, and this which is starting to falter now. This belief in this future is starting to falter, but the present situation is coming to an end, and I love it because we're also getting transformation. This reading is starting to have a lot of coherency to me. And then where you're going, 6 of Swords, leaving a painful place, right? This is basically, here it is, it's coming to an end. These swords, you've been pierced as much as a person can be pierced. You've been hurt and wounded, this anxiety, these fears, they're coming to an end. And 6 of Swords is all about moving on. She's pulled up anchor. Her guidance system, her North Star is telling her to leave this painful, dark place behind. What lies in the future, she doesn't really give a shit. She's hoping it's very fulfilling, though. But she's just leaving this very painful, very difficult place behind. The 6 of Swords is all about leaving. It's all about leaving something, some sort of situation, and not really focused so much on the future, but focused on leaving this painful situation. So it is coming to an end, and this is your job. This is your to-do list, is to bring this this painful situation to an end. And then this is moving on, moving forward, pulling up anchor, not being rooted to this situation anymore. Anyway, this world's too small for you. Not being rooted to it anymore, but letting your own guidance system uproot you and move you, and allow movement forward. Allow the spirit to move you to wherever you're going to go, but up anchoring from this place that you've been, possibly a place of isolation, possibly a place of great pain and sorrow. And your guidance system is asking you to uproot and to leave that. And this dovetails very nicely with your to-do list, is to bring this painful, anxiety, pain-filled situation to an end. You are good enough. And the situation is gaining momentum, which is what I see here. You're very eager for for a victory here, for emotional satisfaction, and where you are at isn't bringing it. So I like how these two cards are basically the same because of this in your to-do list, this lady in your to-do list, and this one in your possible outcome. It's interesting how different cards, you know, we have 10 of Swords and 6 of Swords. Different cards in different places almost have the same message. No, I'm not going to take all those. We're going to put those back. You may be losing faith, but somebody here does have the vision. Somebody else is carrying the vision for you, perhaps, while you're losing faith. Not being able to see how your ships are going to come in here. But first you have to end something that's been really painful and really difficult. But this dawn is coming. The energy is gaining momentum. You are changing, you are transforming. You're not who you were a year ago. And so obviously where you were at a year ago doesn't make sense for you anymore. All right, before I lose all of my light here, guidance on your protection as you step into your path. You are one of a kind. Your own path will never be exactly the same as anyone else's. The type of frequency you hold as an individual is as individual as your fingerprints. That uniqueness cannot ever be taken from you, co-opted by another, or compromised in any way. Relish your uniqueness and share it lovingly, freely, joyfully with the world. So that's beautiful, and I feel like it dovetails really nicely with this you are good enough, a full moon in Virgo card. As far as your own individuality is, your unique path is unique to you, and it's not... relishing your uniqueness and your worth, your inherent worth as a unique individual, even though you may not be, and your path may not be like anybody else's, and you may not be like anybody else. And then I think it also is really nice with this transformation card. All right, Virgo, I hope that was helpful for you. Sorry it got a little dark in here. This is the time of year. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week and a fabulous new year.